Hey, Cheryl, are you ready?
I am ready. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Is it coming through?
Now it is.
All right, excellent. Thanks, Amy.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
everyone, for coming today as well. Excited to present. I'm Cheryl Simmons from Implementation Specialist, and you'll see today we're going to talk about WS Tools. That is our line of products that we have created for Dynamics GP and also the WennSoft products that sits on top of Dynamics GP. And so we have 75 of these, and of course, in 15 minutes, could not talk about all of them. So I picked one that we can talk about today, but out on our website, iscorp.biz, you can see all about all 75 of them and take a look at those. And if you want more information, certainly reach out to us as well. So today we are going to focus on MassPOClose, and it's one of the cool tools you can use to help clean up your purchase orders. And I'm sure all of you are like, oh, I keep my purchase orders cleaned up. And I hear that from customers every day as we also support and sell GP and Business Central. And what we find is that customers can have thousands of purchase orders that have been open for years, kind of forgot about them, right? And this tool helps us clean up those purchase orders. So let's dive in and talk through why you would consider this tool. And then we'll take a look at it inside of GP as well. So looking here at, you can kind of see a screenshot of the window, but kind of want to talk about when would you use a MassPOClose? And couple different areas that you would look at when you're like, would I use this tool or not? Just to see if you have older POs that are still active and out there. Like I said, we have customers that had, 6,000 plus purchase orders that were older than 3 years. And so needing to clean them up and move them to history, right? Because their lookup windows, anything that is accessing that data it could take a performance hit based on your volume that you have out there. And so really cleaning those up and taking a look at, well, did I get them invoiced or not when I should have? Because you'll see that, oh, I received this purchase order but never got the invoice recorded. Or maybe you ended up doing the recording of the invoice just as an AP invoice and never went back and actually applied it like a three-way match and applied that invoice to that receiving and purchase order, right? Just kind of getting your processes cleaned up. Also, too, if you have purchase orders that are sitting out there in the new status and they're years old, right? You haven't done anything with them. Should those be canceled, closed out? So again, just keeping your purchase orders in good condition. The other piece is if you use WennSoft, we also have the ability to filter by service call or job and be able to take a look at what purchase orders are outstanding on those, because that would prevent you from closing your jobs or billing your customers in a timely manner from both those service call and job perspective as well. So we are going to dive in and take a look at this inside of GP. So let me just switch over here real quick. My screen should have changed and now you should be able to see Great Plains. And I have open in front of there the MassPOClose window. And you'll notice the products that we build are integrated right inside the product and just another menu option. You'll see right here under my routines, we have MassPOClose. That opens up this window, and then you're good to go with using our product. And again, since it's a new window, signing security just like you would inside of GP as well. So inside of this window at the top, you'll see we get to start putting in filters that we want to filter the data that we want to appear on the bottom. And it could be a range of purchase order numbers, or you can leave that blank, a range of vendors. And again, you can pick and choose which of these filters you want to use, or put in a PO date. And that's a lot of what people do is putting in PO dates, basically from the start of time, to 3-4 years ago, and then take a look and see what purchase orders show up. That's kind of a first indicator of kind of like, okay, do I have old purchase orders out there? I would recommend that you don't use the date, the end date as of today, because typically you do want to leave purchase orders out there, even for 3 to 6 months, depending on your return time and those type of things. So don't clean them all the way up to the current date, but maybe leave a 3 to 6 month window, and anything before that, maybe start looking at, why haven't these been closed or completed? So we're going to just take a look at one of the vendors today, and I'm using sample data. So for those of you that use your sample data, Ace Travel Company might ring a bell to you. We'll make that selection here. And here's where I talked about too, you can use the job and service call information. If you wanted to, if you're using the WennSoft product, that comes into play, or you can just do all or GP only if you're only using the Great Plains modules. So let's go ahead and click redisplay. And what it's doing is bringing in everything for Ace Travel that have these particular statuses on them. So again, if you were kind of trying to narrow down of what data you wanted to look at on this window, you could do that by just selecting, bring in my new ones that I haven't touched, in 6-12 months, change order ones, those type of things. I've selected them all to bring the data in. And what I really love about this window is it breaks it up of these are the ones that you could close, and it's going to actually show the line items from the purchase orders on here. So if you see the same purchase order listed more than once, it could be because there's 2 line items on that purchase order. And then on the bottom, we tell you the ones that you're unable to select and why you can't select them. And I'll be honest, that's probably my favorite part, is like, why are these purchase orders still out here? So let's jump down and take a look at the unable to close section first. So this one is saying, quantity committed on a service call has been invoiced, PO cannot be closed. So what happened here is on the service side, you created a purchase order and you actually billed off of a committed cost, that quantity of 10. And you invoice the customer. So you can't just delete the PO or close out the PO because it actually was invoiced again. You took action against that purchase order. So that's why that one's down here in you cannot close it in this window because of that. Also too, you'll see quantity received minus quantity returned does not equal quantity invoiced. So if you look at this particular line, we ordered 1 and we have received it into inventory, but we have not invoiced for it yet. So in this case, you can't just cancel that line and get rid of it, right? You need to go take action. And again, this could be that example of you ended up just entering it in as an AP invoice versus as a PO invoice. And that may be what you discover when you go and research. What you can also do is click here on that PO line and then drill in, and it'll take you into this inquiry window so you can take a look at the detail and drill down further if you needed to into each one of these PO and receipt information. So again, giving you all that data at your fingertips so that you can take a look at the data and understand what's going on. And the same is true up here on the ones that are available to close. So here, this PO 2071, I'll click on that one and click PO. And again, it takes you into that. You could drill down and take a look at it because maybe it had other line items on it that had already been closed, but just this one is outstanding. You could see all that data again at your fingertips. So up here on this top section, if you say, oh, you know what, I do need to actually close this one. It's still in a new status, and I'm going to actually cancel that quantity. Customer no longer needs that information, so I am going to choose to close it. And then when I click process, this line will actually disappear from our list, but also it'll go out and cancel all of the quantities that were on that particular one that we had ordered. So 1200 is looks like the quantity that we would order. So it'd be canceling that whole line item. If you wanted to cancel everything in this list, you could use this close box up here, mark that, and we'll mark them all. Oh, let me get that going here. It's not working on my screen. And then clicking process, it'll go ahead and click all of them, and all of them would be canceled or closed depending on the action that needs to happen for them. So quick and easy tool to use. Again, it allows you to visually see the data and also drill down into the data all at your fingertips. So pretty easy, fun, and efficiency, which is what Amy talked about, is making your your whole data, cleaning things up and making your process more efficient. Let's jump back to the slides. Let me go ahead and bring them back up. And if you have questions on any of these as well, we can definitely take a look at those questions offline or drop them in the chat and Amy can send them over as well. Wanted to mention too, we do have a spring into savings promotion going on right now. If you buy one tool, it's 10% off, 2 tools, 20%. And that goes all the way up to if you buy 5 tools, it's 50% off. So very, very good time to be buying from a cost reduction perspective, we'll say. One thing for our tools is it's not a charge per user, it's a flat price. So for example, if you say this tool is $2,500 to purchase, it's for all of your companies, it's for all of your users, and you can pick and choose who gets access to it. But it's not a per user charge like some others in the industry. As we jump forward, I just thought I would mention to you, we always have a customer conference in November on the Microsoft campus in Fargo, and that covers both GP and Business Central from a topic perspective. And so keep your eyes out for more information coming on that as well. And we have specific days dedicated for Business Central and for GP. And also a kickstart for those that are brand new to Business Central as well, especially those transitioning from Great Plains, the GP side. Thank you for jumping in and chatting with me this morning, this afternoon, depending on where you are.
Yeah.
Appreciate the time. Yes. And yeah, if you have any questions, Amy will let us know, but definitely check out our website at iscorp.biz for more information about all of our 75 tools and even more in depth on this. And you can send to sales@iscorp.biz if you are interested in a more detailed demo on this tool or any other of the tools that we talk about. Thanks, Amy.